Welcome to the One Up Podcast. I am your host, El Caballo, aka Tony, here with some of my nearest and dearest. I got Doe, Pucho, Mateo, and a guest star, Luca, in the building today. Just for 5 seconds. That's it, nothing longer.
You just wanted to come
How's
say
everybody
hi.
going, man? How's y'all weekend? Y'all looking good? Y'all looking healthy? I'm glad y'all alive for another beautiful ending of this week. Y'all looking good, though? How you doing? Your birthday's coming around the corner, nigga. You about to be old with the rest of us.
I'm gonna be 32.
32.
But yeah, it's tomorrow. So I'm drinking a cold one today.
Hey,
Nice.
Yeah,
facts. I got that Ciroc boys in the building.
nice. The Yeti cup that you promised to get me that you never got me.
Got some
That shit
water.
is full of Coca-Cola.
Is that what we're doing right now, though?
Mm-hmm.
That's
I
how you
want
want
a Yeti cup. I've still
yeah,
want
and
one.
I want a Yeti cooler, nigga. I haven't got it yet.
I
Waiting for my
wanted
connect.
one months ago when you told me about it.
Maybe he would have got you the Yeti cup if you paid him to do it.
Yeah, I wouldn't have minded to do it. I wouldn't have minded. If that would have expedited it, I would have done it. Yo, throw me
Trust me.
$25. I'll make it happen.
I'm waiting to get the cooler, bro. I'm waiting too. Trust me. I'm waiting.
Yo, that little carrier cooler.
No, it's bigger than a carrier cooler. It's big.
It's like, nah, but there's different sizes. I'm talking about the smallest one.
That's the one you
Fire.
like? The
Oh,
satchel?
yeah, that shit's fire.
Oh, just the one that you can like toss a couple cans in, basically.
Yes, like
Yeah.
a sandwich, some cans, shit like that. Like, yeah.
Like something he could ride around in the city on his bike. Like he'll pop that real quick,
Exactly.
coldy.
I've got a little 6-can like cooler that I'll take when I play like frisbee golf or something. Disc golf, I guess.
Disc golf, yeah.
Yeah, I guess they don't like calling it frisbee golf. I'm obviously not part of the actual scene.
Yeah, you not. Oh man, but how was your week so far, though? Since you're going to be the birthday boy tomorrow, we'll start off with you. How was your week so far?
You have to say birthday person.
All right, my bad. Birthday person.
Birthday person. I went to a fantastic steakhouse yesterday. Very nice. Ricardo Steakhouse in Harlem, East Harlem. It's a hood classic. So basically it's not in the greatest of greats neighborhoods. It's not like anything fancy. I paid $45 for a porterhouse, which is a steal.
That seems like a damn good price in New York.
In New York, it's a really good price, and they play R&B, they play hip hop and shit like that. When it's somebody's birthday, they put "Go Shout, It's Your Birthday," and then throw that song on.
Wait, did they do the circle dance for you?
The circle dance. I don't know.
Where
about
everybody, you're in the middle and everybody's around you and you're doing your little dance?
Unfortunately, not this year. Maybe next year. It
That
felt
would've
good
been
though.
lit.
It felt good.
Maybe we need to do it there.
The sparkler.
Go Doughboy. Go Doughboy. It's your birthday.
Yeah, but it was fun. I got some gifts. I got the new red controller.
Facts. Fire. Little sneak. I knew you was getting that, just by the way. Yeah, that shit looks clean, dog.
That's legit. I'd like that.
That shit does look clean.
You're not going to leave all the gross like sweat marks on it like the white controller that comes with it either.
You can't.
All right, that's a fucking that has to be a fake image, okay?
It
I have my white remote and I have no problem.
It looked pretty legit,
do
dude.
I.
Maybe the person just has really gross hands though. Like maybe that person
That image was fucking disgusting. It was unbelievable. I don't know.
How was your? Oh, go ahead.
Wait. Yeah, I just got this one in real quick. Yeah, I've been playing the Mafia remake.
Ew. Yo, I thought we talked about remakes last episode.
This shit is fire.
Those games are always so glitchy though. Mafia 3, I really wanted to enjoy it, and that was one of the glitchiest games that I've ever played.
I loved Mafia 3. I grew mad weed in that game. You get to grow different strands. I grew my own strand of like monkey marijuana, some bullshit like that. Funky Monkey. That shit was some name like that. But it was good. Mafia 1 has a really good story. So that story like holds up still to this day. I was like, wow, this is note for note. It's like same areas, same type of like gameplay. It's not the greatest game in the world, but I'm enjoying it a lot.
Yeah, the whole having to pump gas in your car and they took that
You didn't
out.
like that?
They actually allow you to skip all the driving scenes as long as they're not important.
Okay, yeah. Because I was gonna say 2 things about that game that fucking blew was you'd run out of gas, so you have to go to the gas station and fill gas, or you could steal another car, but then the cops are gonna run up on you, and the cops in that game don't fuck around. And that, or if you speed, if you go over the speed limit, the cops will start chasing you down, which is actually pretty cool because they'll pull you over, and if you comply with everything, they just give you a fine and it charges you money, and you could just drive off.
I'll
Unlike
just
Grand
blast
Theft Auto,
them
you did
niggas.
some shit, they'll fucking gun you down.
I was gonna say, do y'all remember in Grand Theft Auto when the cops would actually pull you over and arrest you, and now they just come in guns blazing?
That's why you got to shoot them. It's a shootout every time they try to pull me
dude.
over.
No,
nigga.
no, no.
Also-
We're about the thin blue line on this podcast, all right? We don't shoot cops, Tony. So
I'm
Also-
talking video game atmosphere.
Also, if they took out all the driving in that game, if they made it all skippable, did that take about 20 hours out of that game?
Facts.
They're,
So much driving in games is just filler. Like it just adds to it just gets towards that 80 hours of playtime, basically.
Yeah, I really appreciate it actually because the driving in that game kind of sucks.
did you get to the race car thing? Or is
Yeah,
like, were you
that
trying to
was-
set the speed limit? Or are you trying to break like a speed like record or something like that, right?
No, it's just a race. You got to win the race for the neighborhood because everybody put money on these guys. So you wreck the other guy's car. You got to take it to go get fucked up, and then you got to bring it back. And then the next day, the original driver gets like his kneecaps broken in true Italian
Damn.
fashion and
Are-
hands
Are
broken.
those cars going like 40 miles per hour? Is that like the crazy high speed race?
Yeah, they go like 100 miles tops.
That's pretty impressive.
It's believable. It's
I do
nice.
that. I do that shit in my Kia.
It's like the 1990s, Tony. It's like 100 years ago. It's just a different era of technology. So
How was your week, Pooch?
Pretty uneventful to be honest. I mean, I've I don't know. It's just a lot of new games that I've been playing. I guess I started playing this game called Tome. It's like an indie game where you just take pictures of stuff. It's a really dumb kind of like concept, but it's a really charming game. I shouldn't even say it's dumb. It's just a really good game. I enjoyed the shit out of it so far. And then I also picked up this other game, Eastward. It's like Earthbound meets Zelda or something like that.
I've been wanting to check that one out. I've got it on my list.
It's so slow. Like the getting through things, it just takes a long time. But the gameplay is really cool. Even the story they're trying to sell you is cool, but it's just like it feels like the game's taking forever to start the game. You know, I played for like 4 hours, and then that shit hit me with the splash screen. I was like, "This is fucked." Like I don't know how long
Damn.
this game is gonna be, but this is gonna be intense. Like, but yeah, I was at the bar with the homies yesterday. That was dope.
Sweet.
You know, dope. Fucking Tony showed up late as fuck, but you know,
When
That was
you're a
good.
father,
yeah, I'm a
You gotta
fucking
do-
father, so eat a dick.
yeah, you didn't have your kid with you though.
So what? I could have. Liana would have been out there dancing. It would have been lit.
Oh, y'all could have done
Facts.
a big circle around her and like
Yep.
had her dance.
Yeah, I had some wings. You know, chilled with Everett and my brother, and you know, just chilling. Tony pulled up. I was walking around with Luca. Luca tried to get me into proms. Women were like, "Oh my god, he's so cute." I was like, "Stiff arm, fuck out of here." I ain't playing that shit.
It's funny too because we're like all like dark, right? Like me, Ever, Brian, and Pucho. So the bartender lady was like, "Oh, he's so cute. He's standing up." I was like, "Yo, quick question. Who do you think his dad is here?"
Yeah, that was funny.
She couldn't figure out. She was like, "Well, this baby's white as shit. Y'all dark as shit. So maybe him who's holding him." I was like, "Nah, I'm the father." She was like, "Oh shit, I would have never guessed." Type shit. I don't know. People are funny, bro.
Yeah, I thought it was funny that we went to an Irish bar, and all of us was like just vibing on some Irish shit, just with because there were a bunch of Irish people there. It was funny, thick ass accents, watching football, soccer, you know, football, and you know, I ain't into that shit, but you know, Everett is, so that was interesting. He got into an argument with somebody. This guy was running at us with like a pull stick. I was like, all right, yeah, soccer fans, like, I don't know. I like to throw hands, all right? So you need to back
Damn.
the fuck off. This is just like regular soccer banter. Like, Like I don't know.
Thank God.
I'm not with that, so I don't know what it'd be like. But
Thank God me and Luca wasn't there. I'd have been tight.
yeah. So Luca was really the only Irishman there out of all of us in the Irish bar. So
Oh, that's why they got mad at you. You lost your pass. How was your week been, Tony? I beat you to it.
Damn asshole. It was okay. Nothing too crazy. Pucho came down, chilled with him for the day. Me and Luca, went bar hopping. Bark, bark. Joking. We didn't. Okay, puppy. Other than that, today we watched football at Everett's house, like soccer for a little bit with Chris and them. And I found out that I actually have a soccer team because this is it's some Premier League soccer team that's unfortunately Chelsea's rival, which Everett's a Chelsea fan. And his rival most hated team is a team that I just started liking because them niggas got a bird. They have actually a fucking boil standing up, right? Standing up like this. I'm like, yo, that shit looks fire. I don't know why I like it, but I like it. He's like, word, that's the one up. That's the one up in you. You just want to one up me. I'm like, damn. I'm just chilling. But okay, puppy. Being a dad. Yeah, it's Hotspurs. Hotspurs is the name of the team. And no, they're supposedly a pretty good team. Any team in the Premier League is a decent team.
Mm-hmm.
And then other than that, I went to Chipotle. And some lady was like, oh, what a beautiful child. Is he yours? I'm like, yeah, I just carry a kid around in a fucking car seat all day just for shits and giggles. I'm like, yeah, this is my son. He's like, oh, wow, he must look like the mother. And I told her, I was like, why? Because he's so white? She was like, no, not at all. Like, it's okay. He doesn't look like me, but I'm his dad. He's like, oh, okay. What is he? I'm like, he's Irish, Mexican, and Puerto Rican. Oh my God, what a mix. I'm like, yeah. All right. Bet. And I just walked away.
Those are them weird ass fucking questions.
I had someone at work the other day ask me where I'm from, and I was like, "Oh man, I'm Austin, Texas, born and raised." He's like, "Oh, but like your parents, where are they from?" I was like, "Oh, they're also Austin, Texas, born and raised."
Their parents
just played as dumb as possible to make him actually ask the question he wants to know.
Like, are you a Mexican? Like, yeah, that's what they really want to know if you're like an immigrant. Like, people are weird. So bro.
What's the appropriate way to ask this? Because
I don't think you ask that at work.
What?
I think the appropriate way is just don't fucking worry about it at work. Where I'm from has no bearing on you.
I think there's a way to ask.
I feel like if you're getting to know people, it's like something interesting. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I guess I'm not too taken aback by those types of questions. But I know that like just by looking on the internet, there's like a big there's a growing population of people that are pissed off whenever you ask like basically like
I'll be right back.
What's your culture or like what like is your family heritage or something along those lines. I
think at work I don't think there's a straight up appropriate way to ask that question. I think if you bonded to someone to the point that you want them to know, like that's an outside of work conversation. Like, but like with among your friend group, I don't know. It's complicated. I wouldn't find it offensive. Like I think y'all have asked like whether I'm just Mexican before, or if I've got anything else in me. I'm like, yeah, just all Mexican as far as we know. there might be some Italian in there somewhere, but that's as exotic as we get.
I'm just Dominican. Nothing else. How you doing, buddy?
I was about to impersonate Tony's voice and ask myself that question.
Mateo, how was your whole week? How's that going?
I did a lot of gaming. I was actually I had some kind of stomach bug for the last couple of days, so I was supposed to go out to the bar. I was supposed to do things this week. I didn't do shit. I've just been
that day came in handy.
Yep. So played some God of War. God of War, made some progress in that. That game's fucking hard. I played that game Starmancer that came out on Game Pass. Would not recommend it. It's real buggy. Didn't enjoy it. Corey, friend of the pod, former host on here, been putting so many hours into it, so your mileage may vary on that. But I did not enjoy that game very much. We've been
That's a
playing
cool
a lot.
name.
We've been playing a lot
Star
of
Man.
Civilization,
Ugh.
Civ 6 specifically.
Dude, I seen you guys playing it. What's up with this game?
I don't know if I enjoy it, honestly, but it's the game that everyone
What?
else in the little group decided they wanted to play, so that's what we've been playing. Just mostly just the gaming kind of weekend, man. Nothing exciting. Oh, I've been playing Ori and the Blind Forest. I've never played that game before.
Ooh.
The
It's
first one or the second one?
first one.
Okay. Yeah, I'm an idiot. It's Ori and the Blind Forest. The other one's called Ori and the Will of the Wisps, I think.
The lack of autosave in that game is very annoying.
Yeah, it is annoying. I think it's just a holdover from like a classic like Metroidvania game.
Mhm.
Like those games have save rooms as a concept. And it's I don't know what it really adds. It's just annoying as fuck.
I don't think it adds anything. It just adds to me closing the game after playing for 20 minutes because I forgot to save and then I died. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm this far back in the game? Nope.
Yeah.
Done with it for now. Get out of here.
It's so annoying because as you progress in those games, you're like, going through a castle or a forest in this case. And it's like, oh shit, every fucking intersection you hit, once you get far enough that you're like, fuck, I really want to save my progress. Every intersection you hit, you're like, do I go left? Do I go up? And you're just hoping that one of those turns you hit leads to a save room. Because if it don't, you're just going to keep going deeper without actually saving your game. If you die, back to zero. It's just really fucking annoying.
The platforming in that game is not super forgiving either. You miss one jump and you're in a spike pit and you have no way to recover. You can't jump out of those damn spike pits.
That's shitty.
But the game is gorgeous. The soundtrack's amazing. The controls are pretty tight, although some of the jumping feels a little bit loose.
Yeah, I felt that way too. I didn't finish the game for whatever reason, but I enjoyed it. I remember thinking the promotional material for it with the owl and how he's like in shadow with the lit. I remember thinking that was so amazing. It made me jealous. I was like, man, I wish that shit was on PlayStation. Like, it's like my type of game, But I wasn't too fond of the combat. And then, I don't know, something about it, I just fell off, even though I actually really enjoyed pretty much everything about the game. Like the music, the setting, the art, everything was just really cool.
Yeah, it's one of those ones I feel like I should at least put a few hours into. It's all right so far. I'm assuming at some point the platforming is going to annoy me. I'm going to miss a jump, and I'm just never going to play that game again. It's just going to be uninstalled and tossed into like the back burner.
Didn't you get a game on the Switch, Pooch?
Yeah, Eastward.
Oh,
So,
Eastward.
Yeah, it's like Earthbound meets Zelda.
Okay.
Do y'all think they're going to bring the N64 games to the Switch? That's a big rumor on Twitter right now.
Yeah.
Nintendo makes me sick.
Nah, they're not gonna do it.
You don't think so? They filed a new controller like FCC patent or some shit like that.
It's gonna be like a Super Smash Brothers 64 port, but you could only play it with the new N64 Switch remote that they're gonna release. It's gonna be some bullshit like that. Like
Something
they pulled
real
that
dumb.
fucking stunt when they came out with Super Smash Brothers Ultimate on. I don't remember if it was Wii U or Switch or what. They came out with the GameCube controller, but it was like you were forced to buy it. It had a different like device to plug in, so you couldn't use your regular GameCube controller.
Wait.
You had to buy the new GameCube controller, and you can't actually play the game without that GameCube controller. So it's like,
no, I got it. It's going to be a USB-C cable that plugs into the bottom of the Switch, and on the other side is going to be a Rumble Pack, and you plug the Rumble Pack into an N64 controller, and then you can use your N64 controller on the Switch.
so fucking.
Shit sounds like a 64.
Why do you just come back not knowing the conversation and just try to insert yourself? Just shut up.
Nah, little Luke had a little poopy.
Aww.
I saw that face you made when you smelled your baby. It didn't look like
Yeah.
you smelled great.
At first, I was like, damn, did he fart? And then I picked him up. I was like, yeah, that's not a fart. Parts of being a dad. Did Mateo say how he felt on this weekend? Yeah. good.
Yeah.
I think
Perfect then. So, got a question for y'all boys. Do y'all know what the Met Gala is?
No, Tony, I don't know what the Met Gala is. Please tell me.
Well, all right. I'm gladly tell y'all boys. It is a place where a bunch of rich people go to show off all these fabulous and ridiculous fucking clothing.
But AOC's not rich. She was there.
She's got more money than us.
I wonder. I don't know.
What are you wondering?
I don't know if she has more money than us.
I mean, the pay for senators and congressmen and women is definitely publicly available. I've never looked at it. I don't know.
It's
I don't know
pretty
what they
low.
make.
Like,
Isn't
it'd
it
be
a charity
40,
event?
50, 60,
Yeah,
70.
it's a charity event for the arts. A lot of these people go there and donate money or whatever. The ticket costs are like $30,000. Shit's fucking outrageous. But no, yeah, it's pretty much a pissing contest. People go in there to show their fashion. Some people go there to show unknown name artists their clothing line or whatever too. So I mean, it kind of helps unknown artists and people in the fashion industry, and you know. But I just watch it because of all the fucking memes that come out. Like one of the funniest ones was Lil Nas X came out of C3PO, fucking golden armor, fucking that shit was funny to me. Like
I
don't
don't
know if
think
y'all
any
seen-
of any of the actual clothing is supposed to be like normal. I think it's all supposed to be like really out there, outwardly thinking, unique, abstract.
It's like high fashion and then like super high end like black tie fashion, right? Some combination.
yes
of,
and no. I mean, the more
Lil Nas X basically came in like Frieza though, right? He had 3 forms, and he just went through all 3 of his forms.
yo, that
Yeah, I
shit
thought it was awesome. Actually,
Wasn't there a gold Frieza? Didn't he come back and he was
came
gold?
in like with the gold, like a gold robe. So he looks like kingly, you know, like he looks like a fucking king. It's in pure gold. He takes that off. Second form, fucking golden suit. Like it's a fucking like Tony said, it's like a 3PO suit, but it has abs. You know, he's flexing on us still. You know, he's got abs. You know, he's got sharp shoulder pads in case you bump into him. He can stab you with them and stuff. But you know, he's got the abs going on. Then when he removes the armor, he looks like a bandana. You know, like I don't know what those shapes are on bandanas. You know, they're like little like teardrop kind of shapes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But it's like gold and black. It looks terrible. It's god awful.
I think that pattern is called paisley, isn't it?
I have no idea.
Paisley?
Yeah, I think it's called paisley. I think it's got satanic roots actually. Yeah, it's based on some kind of tree, the cypress tree, I think, and the cypress tree has some alleged roots to like occult activities.
That's weird. I never heard of this shit.
That's so interesting. Why the fuck do bandanas have all those paisley shapes then?
I have no
It's
idea.
So weird. But yeah, I just looked it up. It's paisley. So yeah, he has a paisley pattern on his it's like a skin tight suit. Skin tight, like I don't know, like sweat material, but it's like bell bottoms at the ankles, but that's about it. It's skin tight all around. That's funny. I don't know. People were pissed off at him about it. That's the interesting thing.
I don't think there's anything that this kid's gonna do that people aren't gonna be pissed off about.
I mean, he is great for publicity wise. Like the man marketing himself really well. He's staying, you know what I mean? Like staying current for sure. But
Yeah, it just seems shitty that like everybody hates the fucking guy.
yeah.
Honestly, kind of no fucking reason at all, to be honest.
It's wild too because I think it's once he came out gay, the country people loved him.
Did he
But
come
once-
out as gay?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he did. That's why the country people kind of like, oh, he's not country music. This ain't country music because he kind of like they're like, nah, we ain't with that. Like it was weird.
Yeah, I guess the reason I ask is because I'm pretty sure he said that like he likes men, but I don't know if he like does he not like women at all? Is that what he said? Or
he's
No,
gay.
he's-
Like,
He's
Oh,
he's
interesting.
he's
I don't
he's
know.
gay. Yeah, he's into guys.
I mean, that doesn't make you gay, but sure. Like you
Okay.
could be bi, right? You could be into men and women.
No, yeah.
That's an option?
He didn't come out as bi. He came out as gay. He likes the same sex.
That's my question. Is just he said I'm gay, but okay.
So Tony, what was your least favorite? What was the most ridiculous
think it
attire
was,
you saw during the Met Gala?
I think it was Kanye and Kim. They came in this whole black getup. They look like some anime characters, like a final boss type shit. Like it was all blacked out. You couldn't see their face or not. She all blacked out. I'm just like, what the fuck is going on here? Like these motherfuckers came out here like Fruit Ninja, straight fucking shit. Look weird.
They do look like ninjas, actually. It's just the
Yeah.
skin tight, like soft fabric, head to toe. Like Kim Kardashian, her whole head is in there.
Even
I don't
her
know.
hair.
Yeah, the whole fucking thing. It looks insane.
It's insane. Like, oh, you know what's another one that was wild?
Her and Kanye are back together, by the way.
Yeah, they
Is
went
that-
to the
you-
Met
you-
Gala together.
Is that confirmed or is that
Yeah, they got to be. He's dressing her. He's styling her. That's just obvious. Kanye's putting everybody in masks. If you look at Playboy Cardi's Instagram, it's the same attire. If you look at some of his stuff that he's worn to the to his concerts, they're all masks.
This,
I don't know.
maybe he's just
man,
maybe he's just in a mask phase. He played like Majora's Mask, and now that's like he just wants to put everyone in masks.
nah, the man's doing this COVID train ride, bro. He's like, yo, we got to be protective. I'm making a mask so it's fashionable and we can protect ourselves from COVID. This man's leading us, bro.
No, Razer is making the fashionable gamer mask. Have you seen that thing?
Nah, they have a gaming mask? You're in your room by yourself. Why the fuck do you need a gaming
The
mask?
prototype that they made, like they made a goofy prototype, and like it went viral on Twitter. And they were like, "Oh shit!" They were like, "We didn't realize people would actually buy that. We will make this like mask." So it's like this mask that has like a see-through mouth part. It's got little like fans and LED lights and RGB and all the gaming stuff you would expect from a Razer like accessory.
That's
What?
awesome.
Dicks.
I would wear it. It looks ridiculous. I'm way on board.
I bet you would. I bet. Nah, actually, you know what? I ain't gonna shit on it. You show me something that got some good, Dallas Cowboys images on it and shit. I might rock that shit.
You
Fuck
could
it,
program
you know?
the RGB to do the colors you need. The blue and the white and the red, like the Patriots,
That's fire.
America's team.
All right, man. So
The thing I liked was, or disliked, I guess, is all these dresses or suits that have like a sports look to it. It's like someone just wears a dress with a big number fucking 3 on. Like Sierra has a dress, the number 3 on it, like she's a football player. I saw someone else had like a baseball looking logo, like they're in a tuxedo, but it's like such a harsh like red and blue, like it looks like a sports jersey, and it just looks fucking horrible.
it's funny too because that dress she was wearing, her Russell Wilson, Peyton Manning, and 2 other guys were talking about it live while they were watching sports. It's like I think their version of their podcast or whatever. And Peyton Manning was like, "Well, she has the ring that I wanted to get because that's when they beat him for the championship or whatever, for that ring." So it was kind of funny because I didn't notice it at first. So I went back to look at the pictures. She's wearing that Super Bowl ring.
That's awesome.
That shit, I was like, damn. That's diamond, baby. That shit's like fucking huge. I don't know if you know that shit is like fucking, those Super Bowl rings are huge. Huge. But
That's why.
anyways, I do like that ASAP Rocky and Rihanna are coming out as couples.
Yeah, he came as a bowl of crunch berries.
Facts.
That was fucking stupid.
I would actually rock that shit. I'm not gonna lie. That shit look kind of fashionable. I feel like
fucking dumb.
I look like some master anime character, like a final boss sticker. Fucking have my coat, pull it in quick.
Can we all agree that this shit is kind of stupid?
The Met Gala,
yeah, a little bit dumb. This shit.
I only like it because of the outfits.
You know what? You let rich people do rich people things. That's fine, because the more they're distracted with bullshit like this, the less likely that we're going to be at Hunger Gamed in real life. And I'm fine with that. They want to dress up goofy and go and have their little events. Go for it. I don't care.
Yeah. Other than that, do you guys got any of the clothing lines that you guys hated? Oh, I know you guys probably have an opinion on that one. I forget her name, but she wear the white dress saying "tax the rich."
AOC.
How do y'all feel about that?
The Chick-fil-A font on the back of her dress.
I like
Yeah.
that. She should have put that on there.
I'm just gonna talk about all the memes. I saw one that had all the Grand Theft Auto cheats on the back of her dress for like all ammo, but in all red. Yeah, I thought that was tax the rich. I guess, yeah, I guess that's cool. And
But
people
she-
want to make a statement.
Make
What
a
I love the
statement about
most is
yourself.
how- yeah, that is about herself. That's what she stands for.
Mhm.
I love the fucking meltdown that all the right wingers had because she had clothes on. It's my favorite fucking shit. Like
I hate the meltdown that the left wing Twitter had too over the same fucking thing. They're like, oh, she's wearing a dress that says tax the rich, and she is the rich. Checkmate. It's like, well, she got the dress for free. She got invited to the fucking gala, and she is absolutely a fan of taxing herself if she's making over, if she's in her little like her tax bracket that she wants to increase taxes on. So like, the fuck is the problem? I don't understand this.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
like going in. They found out information about the dressmaker, who the dressmaker is dating or married to.
What the
They're like,
fuck?
she's married to a millionaire.
I
But
love
I'm
that
like,
people are like. I love that people are like, Met Gala tickets are like $30,000, and she's talking about that. And then it came out, oh, she got the ticket for free. They're like, fuck. Well, how expensive was the dress? Dude, you go look up the articles, yo. They're doing like a fucking deep dive into AOC's financials, like because people are just salty that she wants to tax rich people. You know, I find the whole shit kind of comical.
This is real.
And I love that right wingers are all like fucking gun ho about like free speech and shit like that. But as soon as somebody is like exercising free speech, but it disagrees with them, they're like all like up in arms about it. It's just, I find the whole thing really comical.
Maybe if AOC's dress had said, my friend's cousin in Trinidad got the COVID shot and his balls swelled up and he became impotent, then they wouldn't have been so mad about her free speech being violated.
Dude, I'm glad that Nikki is out here making her look like the true stupid person she is, bro. Dude, now we can all finally put it to rest.
What are you talking about?
Safari, whatever that nigga's name is, he's smarter than her. And Meek Mill was smarter than her.
Why is she dumb?
You did not hear about what she said? So basically what Mateo just said was what Nicki Minaj said.
No, but what did she say? Because I know what she said, but I want to understand what you heard.
She's spreading misinformation about the vaccine.
She did not. Zero misinformation did she spread. Zero. She said that she hasn't gotten it. People that she knows she's gotten it, and that she wants to get it so she can do her job and whatever. She understands it. She never told not one person, not one of her fans, not to go and get it. One time.
She did
You didn't
say,
mention about the swollen testicles?
I don't know nothing about no swollen
that,
testicles.
yeah, you're
So then
missing a
maybe
part of
you
the.
shouldn't come out and say that she said no false things if you don't know what she said.
She's saying she never told no one to not go get it.
I think if you,
That's
She
not
said
the
that
claim.
I think
Who
if
made
you,
the claim?
I think if you tell your 120 million fans that follow you that if you get that someone you know got the shot and their balls swelled up and they're impotent now, it's sowing some doubt into it.
I don't know about
It's the
that.
reason why
I'm
you
telling
can't.
what
It's
she
the
said
reason you
on-
can't
on
yell.
IG.
It's the reason you can't yell fire in a fucking theater. Like you're not setting a fire. You're not actually burning the place down, but you're causing a panic. Like
Yeah.
I don't know when she said balls impotent shit. I don't understand. On IG, her original thing, because it blew up on the radio too.
Mhm.
People were shitting on her when she was like, "Oh, I don't got the vaccine, but I plan on doing it, this and that." And then a reporter went in on her ass, and people were saying like, "Yo, you're tripping." She's never once said that she's telling people not to get it, and she never once said that she wasn't gonna get it. She said that she is gonna get it. And that many of her people that she knows told her like, yo, we got it and this and that, whatever. and people were going in on her. This whole impotent and big ball swelling shit, this must be new because I didn't hear about this.
It happened
This is
pretty.
where all of that shit stems from,
Yeah.
Tony. You just didn't hear about this.
Yeah, I think that was the first. I think
Look,
that was
Oh
a
my
str-
god! I hate how fucking
Nah.
you like to dig in. You're wrong. You're fucking wrong, Tony.
I
Like,
think-
dude,
think-
go to
What
go
I
to
heard on
her
her
Twitter.
IG
I'm
story.
not saying what you heard on IG. I'm saying that it stemmed from this.
that you posted
So
on
like
Twitter.
you're hearing the after parts of, oh yeah, I want to get the vaccine and blah blah. But it's like I don't like why do you dig in on a position? You started off with she said no false things. You don't even know the thing that we're talking about.
Y'all talking about balls and impotent shit. I'm talking about her.
We're talking about her
statement
COVID related
on IG.
comments. No, you said that what Doughy was saying is false. You said wrong. She said no false thing. That was your response. You have IG in your head. That's not what he was talking about.
No, I was not
Did
talking
y'all
about
see
it.
on the Daily Show that
What happened?
the health czar, the health minister of Trinidad came on the show and discussed like the vaccine and whether he got any reports of people becoming impotent from the vaccine. He was like, no, hell no. That's we've had 5 people record adverse effects. None of them were ball related or reproduction related.
You know what is related to impotence and swollen balls is STDs. So it's more likely that her cousin got an STD and was lying about it, saying that it came from the vaccine.
I like
That'd
this.
be a
What
smooth
ST
move though.
That's what I'm saying. He blamed that. He was about to get married. The lady called off the wedding.
Oh, you
'Cause
got
he
some
got
inside
swollen.
dirt on this.
Bro,
What is-
it was look at the original tweet. This is what Nicki Minaj told us.
what
She's
what
a dummy.
what STD will give you swollen nuts?
Chlamydia, gonorrhea, all these STDs, if they go unchecked without like you getting medicine for them.
Will give you swollen nuts?
Yes.
Tony's Googling swollen nuts right now.
Right now.
I love how he just didn't want to agree that Nicki Minaj says something wrong, so now he's gonna fact check your fucking STD related comments. It's like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
I don't know why my girl Kim Petras
All
came
right,
dressed as a
chlamydia and
horse.
gonorrhea will give you swollen nuts if unchecked. That's a fact.
yeah,
I
Doughy's a
retract,
resident health expert here.
I
so-
retract
So-
my look.
So more than likely what happened was this guy was cheating on his fiance. He got caught because he probably gave her something, and then he blamed that on the vaccine.
That's a good scapegoat, but he failed at it.
Yeah, and
I mean, did he? Did he fail?
if
I don't
Nicki
know.
Minaj is believing it, selling that potion to all that snake oil, yo, that shit is misinformation, bro.
It
That
can
shit sucks,
potion.
dude. Yeah, that shit sucks that people are actually out there doing this, bro.
Sad that people are fucking dumb.
Yeah, social
that's
media.
very-
Social media is the worst.
Dude, the amount of times that I hear people are like, the COVID vaccine, it's not a vaccine because you can still get the virus. And it's like, it's not what vaccines are. Like vaccines don't mean that you can't get it. Like that's a misunderstanding of the word. It's like
Yeah.
it makes you immune. Vaccines make you immune. It's like, oh, do you know what immunity is?
Not
Like,
either. Yeah, it's
like,
hard to.
Oh my god, it's like so hard. People have like definitions in their head, and then when they disagree with a thing because it doesn't match what they have in their mind, they just go off about how it's a lie and how this and how that without actually like, looking into it.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah, people are definitely special.
Just
It
feeding
really.
they're just feeding themselves misinformation and consuming their own misinformation. It's the Ouroboros. It's that snake just eating its tail. That's what all this nonsense is.
Yeah, I can't. I don't even want to give the energy to any of these people anymore. I'm like, yo, these people are actually some of the dumbest people on earth.
Let me ask you a question though. Do you go around New York City with your mask on?
No. Actually, I'm one of the people. You could call me an anti-masker, but I am pro-vaccine. I fucking have got give me whatever vaccine I can take so that I don't have to walk around with a mask because I hate walking around with a mask. That
You
shit
walk around
sucks.
New York City no mask?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Wow.
Outside?
You're
What
a
the
dork.
fuck? Yeah, hell yeah.
Outside,
Yeah.
well, shit, not in New York. You're so
Yeah,
close to
dude.
people there. It's
Yeah.
not like walking around in like Austin where there's 10
Like-
feet between you.
Because
You're walking the avenue with no mask?
Absolutely,
Oh,
dude.
you're fucking
I
bugging.
ride the subway with no mask.
Yeah, you're fucking bugging.
Yeah. I
You're
don't,
fucking
yeah.
bugging.
Doughboys in the same camp as that if they get the vaccine, they can't get sick.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying I don't want to wear a mask. That's all I'm saying. I hate wearing that fucking
So
mask.
before you got the vaccine, you was wearing a mask.
Yeah, up until I got the vaccine. After I got my vaccine, I said, "Fuck this mask shit."
Do you
Yeah.
see how that's don't make sense, right? Like, because we're just saying like how vaccines just
They took the mask mandate away from New York, and they say you do no longer have to wear masks inside buildings. And I was like, yes.
Yeah, but I
So
think
I'm
the
kinda
Delta
still-
variant. The
Yeah, I'm
Delta
kind of
variant
still
proved to
riding that
be, you
wave.
know?
Yeah, no, I'm
Yeah.
still riding that wave.
Delta scares the shit out of me, man. Like I don't trust anyone outside of my little circle to actually be vaccinated when they tell me they're vaccinated.
Oh, they just started putting vaccine passes for the bar. Bro, half of the bar isn't in the bar anymore.
That's fire.
Yeah, no,
Fuck them
facts.
motherfuckers.
Fuck those assholes. I feel the same way. I just don't want to wear a mask.
So
No,
though,
I'm
let me
all
ask-
about like if there's a vaccination mandate, like if there's like you have to show your vaccine card to go into a building, and there's a reasonable expectation that everybody in a building is vaccinated, I think it's relatively safe. Like you're relatively okay to not have a mask. It's still, you can still get it and all that, but I don't know.
I mean, the mask protect other people. That's a lot of people seem to forget that. I see people like posting like my cousin got COVID and he always wore a mask, so the masks don't do anything. It's like, well, the masks are protecting other people. It's probably because your cousin was around a bunch of assholes that didn't wear masks or whatever.
Yeah, the only masks that protect you are like the N95 masks and like masks of better quality than that.
And you've got to
Or
have them
the-
like actually perfectly sealed on you and not touch
Exactly,
them.
yeah.
And there's so many contamination factors for normal people that are not in the healthcare
Yeah.
world.
Doe, is your family vaccinated?
Yeah, everybody.
Woo.
That's fire. What about
Yeah.
you, Mateo? Do you walk
yeah.
around with a mask?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
I know Pucho does. That's everywhere he
I got-
goes.
I
He
got
wears a fucking
one.
mask.
I think I have one cousin that refuses to get
The
vaccinated.
vaccine?
Yeah, she's a Republican. She's all a part of that whole Trump wave and shit. But even her father, who's Trump supporter, he got his fucking vaccine. He's like, fuck out of here. Mostly everybody in my family.
Yeah, I mean
They don't-
Donald Trump got the fucking vaccine, so
And then he tells people you don't need to get the vaccine.
I mean, he most recently told people to get the vaccine though.
He said a
People
lot of
booed him for that.
He says a lot of things though, to be
Yeah, he
fair.
do, he
It's
do,
hard
but he
to keep
did tell
track of what he
people.
said most recently.
He probably retracted it because he got booed. Like after they started booing him, he's like, "But I'm for personal freedoms, for freedom, First Amendment. I believe in the first." You're like, "Yeah, no. The cat's out the bag. You already said you got the vaccine. You told people the vaccine's good. It's like, oh, don't try to take it back."
I've got a question for y'all. What
What?
the fuck do they do at the Met Gala after they just walk the red carpet? Do they just stand around awkwardly in these weird, heavy, unwieldy dresses and
Nah, I think they definitely do a change.
Lil Nas X don't just stand around. He cycles through all his outfits. Like he fucking had the fucking cool robe, which looked comfy, and then he revealed, actually, I'm not comfy at all because I have golden armor underneath. And then he revealed, actually, I took that off. Now I got like this skin tight fucking carpet rug feeling material. Like he's comfortable as shit now. He figured it out.
but
He figured it out.
is there an event after this or is this the whole event?
Yes.
Like
no, there's after events
What
because
do-
a few of the people that in my building that I work at, there's a few people that went to the Met Gala
goddamn.
and they were in and out of the building, going to different events all throughout the night.
That's crazy. Them boys doing a whole bunch of coke.
Yeah, Swiss Beats had an after party with Alicia Keys and Timberland, and all these guys were there.
Huh.
You didn't like my claim there?
What claim?
Yeah, it was a baseless. It's a bit. Oh, they're doing all types of coke. Like, I mean, I'm sure they have drugs are readily available, but it's just interesting the mentality. I guess that just that's what rich people do. They just do coke.
Got the money for it. They get that clean shit.
Is coke
But,
still the rich person's drug? I feel like there's probably something else. It's probably something we don't even know about.
I don't know. I think weed has become super popular, but I
There's
think coke
there's some
is still-
high end designer weed, dude. Like that. That is a thing that exists.
That's
Yeah.
crazy to me too. That there's designer weed. That's how you know when money just gets to a point where, all right, we need to find something else to just blow shit up on. And now Wiz Khalifa started this whole designer weed, I believe.
I
This
mean,
man.
It was
No,
bound to
it
it
was
was bound to
kinda-
happen.
yeah.
Look at like alcohol and like there's $1 million bottles of vintage wine and there's like scotch you can buy right now that's like $5,000 a fucking bottle. Like
That's that
there's-
whiskey that's like $3,000 the bottle. What is that called?
No, I think it's a cup.
$3,000 a
like-
cup.
No, there's a whiskey out there that literally costs $2,000. There's Hennessy. I forgot what it's called. Some royal ass dick name that costs like $2,000 or $1,000 or some shit. Like it's like Henny XX Cavassier or some Napoleon shit bullshit name that they gave it, and it costs like $2,000 a fucking like a shot type shit. Weird shit, but so I can only imagine how much a bottle of that shit would really go for. I can't pay for it. It's just too much for me.
Pappy Van Winkle. That's the name of the whiskey.
That one's hard to find too. They make that in like batches of like 10 at a time
Yep.
or something.
It's a
It's called
terrible fucking name.
Pappy Van Winkle?
Yeah.
PVW.
Yeah, there's entire subreddits about people just like tracking down where you can find bottles for sale and shit like that.
Is it that fucking good, or is it just because it's so exclusive that you can't get
It's
enough
just
of it?
very exclusive.
I've never tasted it. That's outside my price range, I believe.
Yeah, the one I'm looking at here, $2,649. Another one, $4,949.
Yeah, that's more than I'm spending on a single bottle of booze.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
If I get my hands on this Pappy Van Winkle, I'll make a whole episode about it. I'm gonna open it up in front of everybody, doing it live. Fucking pour a little fucking thing and just take a shot of it and just waste it.
I say that you get a bottle of that and you really annoy people by like drinking it on a podcast episode and mixing it with Coke or something.
Well, hey, what was that thing that dude said? Pucho's 5 times I've messed or something. He fucked up his whiskey or
He's
some
ruined
shit.
his whiskey. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he
don't
put
remember
ice
what
in
the
that shit.
video is. Yeah.
A little dab of water. They mix it with water to open it up and shit. Some crazy shit like that.
That shit
Shit's for
works.
dicks.
He's a whiskey
That-
man.
Yeah, but who the fuck's gonna pour water in their whiskey that costs
You
like
never-
$2,000?
It
You
works.
never seen whiskey reviews?
No, yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it with Pucho. I've seen it all. I'm just saying, if I paid like a couple $100 for a cup of neat whiskey, I'm not putting any water in there. I want the whole burning sensation. I don't think mixing it with water is gonna make it better. Even though all
You're
these people
wrong,
say,
though.
even though all these people are saying that it is, and it opens it up and it's more flavorful. I get that. Nah, just hold the water and let me just ingest just fucking all this alcohol. I'll just fucking take it to the face. That's all.
But if you want to experience the full range of it, yeah, you got to mix it with some water.
Well, he already said he's going to shoot it anyway. Like he's not sipping on this alcohol. He's taking just straight shots.
My God.
It's crazy too, because I can't drink like that no more. Back in the days when Pucho and Everett came with this whole idea of just take the shot and sip a little bit of water. This and that. That shit.
gotten
That was the
black-
beginning. That was the beginning of a destruction for us in that group, because it's like now we just straight do these fucking shots, and now it's like we're destroyed halfway through that bottle, and it wasn't fun at all. But whatever, I can't do it no more. I'm weak. But-
So Doughy, you want to take us to our next topic? I think you had something about a Carlos guy or something.
Nah, fuck that. I got a better one than that Carlos bullshit. So everyone here obviously has a job. Everyone has friends, and obviously, can you work with your friends at this job or a job and be their boss? Like if we all work together and I was y'all boss, could y'all deal with that?
No.
Or vice versa, you as my boss? Like,
Yes.
could you work with your friends? Is that a possibility?
Nah, not really.
Yeah, it depends on like how close you are in the company and how close your friendship is, right? Because like, you know, I've got several buddies actually that work at the company that I work at, but they're in a separate department. Our interaction is pretty limited. Like I'm not working with them on a daily basis, and I like that. I like that separation there. I like having that little buffer.
I don't think. I think I can. I've done it. I worked with Everett. Everett was obviously my boss, and I didn't find what.
You guys argued about work all the time.
Yeah,
That's
but
exactly
we
why
worked
you guys
through it
couldn't
though.
work.
We worked through it though.
Yeah, I guess, but like I think this is why. Like, there's an added layer of fuckery in every
Yes.
interaction now. Like, and
There
we've
is.
experienced some piece of that working on this podcast. Like just dealing with all that shit together. It's like, there's ways that people talk to each other. There's all this extra baggage about what something might have meant that frankly, when you're at work, you don't really think about too much because like at the end of the day, it's like even as personal as someone wants to get at work, it can't get that personal unless you've allowed that person into your life, you know?
Yeah, no, freaking. But you can though. I mean, you I think if you set like guidelines and be like, "Yo, listen, we need to separate this shit." Like, we can't, you know. You can. Me and Everett, even though we argue about dumb shit, work was work though. Like, you know what I mean. I wasn't gonna violate that nigga at work.
I think
You guys fought about work all the time. Like, I used to
Outside
get out of work.
Outside of work, yeah.
What does
At
that
work, we
matter?
not fight. It matters big time. Because at work, we're keeping it professional. Once we clock
I
out,
don't
like, yo,
think you guys
that was
kept it professional.
100%.
Hell no. The shit that y'all used to talk about tell me about it was like, this isn't a professional setting. This is a fucking shit show.
It's possible, though.
No, of course it's possible. I'm saying in general, I don't think that I wouldn't like it.
I mean, look at it right now. You guys are technically working for me for free. Hey, and for all the fans and viewers, they hate that shit. It's a joke that I say every now and then. It gets Pucho right under that husk of his, and he's like, "Yo, fuck you. You can do the fucking cuts. You can do the motherfucking this." And mind you, it's a joke. Like, we all here are equal. Like, we all have fun, but at the end of the day, we are all friends. And we love doing this shit.
I thought he was going to hit us with a switch. I thought he was going to be like, at the end of the day, I'm the boss.
I'm the CEO. I'm the big honcho. Nah, we all know what it is. Like I believe, like, I don't think I could work with Doe. Not gonna lie, I don't think I could do it with Doe. I could probably do it. What was that, Doe? Can I be honest? Can I be honest though? Like, can I? Like, I don't think I could be your boss. Because you'll just come in late and droggy and upset, and I'll just be like, "Yo, don't just go home. I don't need to deal with your face today." And it's simple. If you didn't have your Chipotle, your coffee, or your little bike ride fantasy, you're gonna come into work upset. I don't think I could do it. I don't think I can. Same.
Cool.
Damn, you see the attitude? This is why I couldn't work with him. Because a joke gets this nigga tight. Can't work with somebody like that. Can't work with him. I can work with Pucho though.
I want to see Doe come into the office and park his bike in Tony's like designated parking space.
Right in his office. Hey, I'm gonna put this here.
Oh shit! Did we lose Tony?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, this is the worst case scenario. So I guess we'll be using your backup, Mateo.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know. I've experienced some aspect of that. I think it gets difficult, right? Where you spend so much time where the power dynamics between you and your friends are like relatively equal. Like, of course, there's always going to be that guy in the friend group who might be like more popular or has more say in certain things. So they might have more more power, like in reality, but there's no title or anything backing that up. I think it gets weird when you step into the workplace and now your friend that you're on an even keel with most of the time calls the shots. And it's like that it could be, it would have to be like a very chill work environment for it to not like impact anything. I know damn right that if I'm working somewhere and then Tony's talking about, man, just get the shit done type shit, I'd be like, bro, like, it ain't happening like that. I get that you might be the manager, but I'll quit this shit. Like, you ain't gonna be my manager. Like,
Listen, Pucho, cut the shit. I need this done by 8:00 tonight.
Or you're staying late.
and then let's have some drink. Like, after we get out of work, he's like, yo, we chilling. We're gonna hop on the Worlds. Nah, man, fuck you, fuck Warzone, fuck your shitty way of drinking. Well, I don't drink so much anymore. Fuck all that bullshit. Fuck you. We're done. I wouldn't be able to do it. I'd be so fucking. I wouldn't like it.
Could you imagine?
You could call it ego. You could call it anything you want. I'd accept it. You know, it's a flaw in my character, but I wouldn't like it.
Could you imagine Tony calling you into the office because you got a complaint about the unprofessional workplace behavior, and Tony's the one lecturing you on how you need to be more professional in the workplace?
I would be fucking livid. It would be unbelievable.
He's gonna be like, "Yeah, Pucho, you just need to mature a little bit. Like this is an office.
Can't use those type of words.
I'll be like, hey, excuse me, Mr. I just want to bring you in and let you know that your way you're carrying yourself here at work is very hostile. I think you need to just calm it down a little bit and watch your tone." Which will just look at me like, bitch, I'll fucking uppercut the fuck out of you right over this fucking desk.
He's gonna people's elbow you straight into the desk.
Yeah, for real. Hey, honestly, yeah, I think it'll be weird. I wouldn't be able to hang out with you during the week because if I see you all day at work and then Saturday and Sunday we're all chilling, I'd be like, yeah, I'm not trying to see this dude. Like, even though I fucks with you, you're my brother, but it's like, fuck, man, I don't want to see you. I see you 40 hours a week, let alone to try to see you again on the weekend. Nah, good.
I think I could do it personally.
Nah.
Yeah, you need that little bit of separation.
I would
there.
not be able to work with you, though. I couldn't. I'll be pissed. I would be so fucking pissed off.
Damn,
Like,
this nigga is tight.
We're just gonna do a compilation of doughy faces throughout this section of the podcast.
I'm being honest. Like, if you were my manager, I would be so fucking pissed.
But who says I have to be the manager?
That was the prompt.
That was the whole
work.
point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just saying working with other people. I'm not saying being somebody's boss.
I think working with is way more doable than being a boss of your friends.
But I don't.
Yeah.
I could follow the lead if one of you guys were my boss. I
So
wouldn't
I
really
told
have.
you, hey, Doe, you got to stay an hour later.
You maybe not so much. To be completely honest.
If I said,
Tony, it's your turn to be fucking offended. You got to make a face and okay. Well, you got to pull that one. All right.
if I told you, Doe, yo, you got to stay an hour late because I didn't want to stay late, so us boys gonna start drinking. So then you meet up later. You'll be tight. You wouldn't be able to do that.
Who wouldn't be tight?
Just saying. I know I would do it.
No,
I'll
he
say,
would.
fuck
He
yeah.
would be tight because you wouldn't tell him the actual reason he was working late. You just tell him to stay an hour late. He'd show up at the bar and they'd be like, "Yeah, where have you been, Doe? Tony's been here for 2 hours already."
That Doe would be tight. Doe would be tight.
I'd be tight.
Doe would be like, "All my drinks are on Tony tonight."
Yeah.
I'll be like, sure, no problem. And then I'll just walk off and leave him with all the bill. Bye bye.
This is not
No,
a
I wouldn't do that.
friendship.
What happened?
This is not a friendship.
No, we're coworkers first, and then
now
friends.
we're coworkers.
Yeah.
It just sucks.
Wow.
Yeah, you like that, don't you, Doe? Nah, I
No.
couldn't work for Doe. If Doe was my boss, I couldn't do it. If Mateo was my boss, I definitely couldn't do it. Anybody under 6 foot, I couldn't acknowledge as my boss. Just gonna put it out there. It's a joke. It's a joke, guys. It doesn't matter height.
Bro,
I'm
I
not
hope the
against people height.
CEO of your company is like super short and then he comes and shits all over you.
He can. He's a CEO. What the fuck am I going to say? What am I
I'm
going
gonna
to
shit on him. He's too little. Can't get shit on
You
Tony.
can't
Tony's
shit
a-
up. You
Can't
can't
shit on
up.
Tony's toe.
Nah, but yeah, I think like Mateo said, working with somebody, cool. Being the boss of your buddy,
It's complicated.
complicated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's
it can be complicated.
so fucking complicated. I'm telling you, we've experienced this here. Like just asking someone to get something done is a whole conversation with the whole layer of drama in there that's unnecessary, but because people are friends, that shit is there. Like
My favorite is when just a question is asked and then the response is, "Why are you trying to play me like that? What do you mean by that?"
No, because there's tone behind sentences and text messages. If I were to say, "Yo, I need you guys to finish that shit real quick," and then you'll be like, "Why don't you finish it?" Okay, so that text alone right there is sounding that you're tight and that you're telling me to go fuck yourself. You do it because I don't feel like doing it now. That's what that's saying. Those
I mean, you
simple
could
words.
read it that way, but I don't know if you realize you added like a vindictive, why don't you do it? When the words are just like, why don't you do it? Like, that's really what the words are. So if your response was, oh, no, I got all this shit that came up, so I can't do it. And then maybe that person does it and there is no problem. But maybe because that response, you read it. No, I'm being super.
I know
here.
you are. I know. I'm just saying, like, let's think. We're talking about us four here, right?
Yeah, no. I get it. I'm saying that's why we get into those arguments is because we're reading into what people are trying to say.
I've got an experiment for the next week. If everyone's
here we
on board,
go.
I got an experiment for us.
I'm with it. I love experiments.
We only communicate through actual like voice messages in the chat for the next week.
That works.
So we just record our voice and just go through that. Then you could tell tones.
You could tell tone that way. There could be no arguing about tone.
I'm down with that. We all got iPhones. We're Apple gang out here. Yeah, I'm
What
down
is
for that.
our the hypothesis though?
Just see if we have less or more arguments.
Okay, so
Yeah,
we're
to
trying
see
to
if
observe the number of
translation-
arguments.
If like translation is lost and through text.
Although, since we're still on this topic, working with friends, could you work with your significant other? I don't think I could work with I've worked with my wife before we got married. Like that's where I met her at our job. And it wasn't that crazy. But as of right now, could I work with her? Fuck no. Hell no.
I think I'd be
She
too
wouldn't listen.
distracted.
No, she wouldn't listen.
I think I could do all of these things, no issue.
You say that now, though, until that first fight comes in and you bring it home and then she wants to not cook you food because of the way you spoke to her at work.
Also,
Trust me.
Also, would that be too much time with someone spending 40 hours plus at work, plus probably a lot of lunch breaks, if not all your lunch breaks, plus dinner, plus just like, where would you have your me time? Where would your Tony
Shitting,
time be at?
shower, video gaming. Those are the only maybe three. Or
I think
There's a lot of relationships that haven't even lasted through COVID because the couples were both work from home and they had to figure out how to work from home together. Not even working for the same company, just working in the same space, and
That's
they
crazy.
can't figure it out.
I witnessed a lot of breakups at my building because that exactly happened.
Mhm.
Granted, motherfuckers were living in a 1-bedroom or even a studio sometimes.
They're
So like,
Damn.
they're tempted
yo,
fate. That's how you
I
act.
remember the people who did make it. They took turns. Whoever had the more important meeting got the one area where they could sit down. Whoever had the less important meeting could go in the bathroom and sit in the tub
Shit.
up against the tub.
hell
And yeah,
no.
that was the only other place
Fuck
because
that.
you wouldn't get anybody else's noise. They both were trying to have a meeting.
That's
So, yeah. They made it. They took turns. Whoever had the less important meeting went in the bathtub.
I would be so upset.
I would
if,
have trouble. Go
I would
ahead,
be
Lindsay.
so upset if my significant other was like, "Hey, today you're in the bathroom for work."
I wouldn't be tight. Let's think about this. In the bathtub, I'm butt ass naked with a business shirt on. In the bathtub with the water filled up, nice bubble bath, and all they see is my chest up. I am chilling in a bubble bath. Yeah, I'm down for that. Fuck that. You can have the desk, bitch. I'm taking my bag. You can have the desk, chick. I'm taking my bathtub with the rubber ducky, my little bit of vino, little bit of
Niggas-
candles.
He's gonna have a big ass madera on the thing holding
Facts.
everything.
Tony's going to be on the Zoom call looking like he's filming a softcore porno.
And he's fucking breaking every fucking rule. He's
What?
drinking on the job. He's not wearing business appropriate attire.
No, I'm gonna have the
You said
shirt.
you're gonna be naked on the waist down.
No, the waist down. I'm gonna have the
Yeah.
shirt. They're not gonna see my dick. They're
yeah,
gonna
but
see my
it's still
chest.
the rule. It's still the rule.
Tony's
They're
going
not
to
gonna know the difference.
he's
You're
going to
just
say
gonna pee into the water.
Facts.
Ew.
Let that shit circle.
It's like pissing in the
first off,
pool.
I don't even piss in the pool.
that's
Don't
worse
piss
than
in the
pissing
pool.
in the pool. That's so
I
much
don't-
worse than pissing in the pool.
I don't piss in the pool. That's first.
The
Joe
piss to
does.
water ratio is so low that you're basically just you're soaking in piss.
What is stopping me right now from being bottomless right now? Nothing. No one will know the difference.
I think people would be concerned that you're naked
If I
around
stand
a
up
child.
and just be like, bye. You won't know. Look at all you guys looking at my shit. Y'all.
I did look.
Yeah,
See,
I saw it.
Tony's bathroom scenario ends with him setting his shower curtains on fire accidentally with his curtains because he's drunk, and then having to get up to put out the fire, and everyone's seeing his entire ass on the Zoom call.
His laptop falls into the tub
I
full
get
of water.
fucking electrocuted.
Just a big old wrinkly ass because he's been soaking in the water for 8 hours.
Yeah, Tony's the people that get back doing all types of stupid shit on the Zoom calls because he thinks he's so fucking clever. There's people that have gotten bagged having sex, jacking off, doing other shit because they think they got the setup so clean. All it takes is one slip up, and you'll have your whole dick on the Zoom call.
Damn.
Oh my god!
Getting
whole dick.
fired. What was that dickhead's name that got caught jerking off? What was his name again?
I don't know.
Yeah, I remember
Have
that
somebody's
dude, right?
name?
He got fired from
Yeah.
jerking off.
Yeah, he was a reporter or something, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh wait, yeah,
We talked about it a while ago. That he
Yeah,
was
something like that.
He was
He's
beaten
actually
off
got reinstated.
to the same company.
Yep, something like that. He's back.
That's
And
wild.
he did a public apology and everything.
I think
That's-
like as long as you're fucking masturbating, like, you know, like what if you're on your work break and you masturbated, but then your mic was on and that's how you fucked up? It's like, did he do anything truly wrong? It's like, yeah, I mean, like he made a mistake in the sense that he left his mic on, but like he shouldn't be like accused of trying to jack off in front of like his whole fucking company. Like there's levels to that shit. Like someone in the middle of a Zoom meeting deciding I'm gonna beat my meat in front of the computer. Like, all right, like you're fucking playing with fire, dude. Like, that's very different. But granted, I don't know what the guy did. That's what I'm asking.
He was a reporter, apparently, yeah, and they were in a meeting, and I think he thought it was over or some shit like that, and he went.
He just wanted to get it. He just wanted to get a quickie from
went
Kaneki.
straight to rubbing one out, and I think he left it.
I can
on.
see Doe doing that shit.
Yeah, I'm scared. Every day, I always look at my camera real quick and I go get the cover because I'm like, wait, the shit's scary.
Wait,
Make
wait.
sure Discord
You don't
isn't
have your-
on.
Doughy has definitely accidentally stayed in the Discord channel all night.
Yes.
No,
So I
Doe's
have
over here beating this
nifty
shit.
camera cover.
That's
I
crazy.
have to mute the mic. Sometimes you got to
He's
do those
covering his
things.
bases.
that 90 a year Pornhub subscription got to pay itself somewhere.
It gets it work. It gets its work it through. You know what I mean? I'm glad that
This is
you know.
fucking beast.
You're a Pornhub premium subscriber.
Yep. It's not as
But,
good as the Brazzers. I like genre specific porn. I like my porn with a little bit of a side story.
Do you like a storyline porn?
Sometimes light, very light.
He-
Hey, my old teacher, what's up? Oh, hey, I really wanted to fuck you back in the day. Let's go, cowboy. And
All
there
right,
we
so
go.
you want a premise? That's not a
Yeah.
story.
I
Maybe
want
the pornos that be like a cool 12 minutes of buildup. Like it's like
Those are the worst.
Y'all
That's
motherfuckers ain't actors.
you know-
like fuck out of here. Like
You know what I want to see? I want to see actual problem resolution in porno. I want to see like the plumber comes over, they have sex, but then at the end, like he's actually like plumbing and like finishing up the work that he actually came over to do. It ends with him giving her the billing statement and leaving.
All right, this was good.
I think so for the most part, we all can't work with our wives or husbands. and
I
can't
can
work
work
with our
with
friends.
everyone and anyone.
Though you keep saying that, but I don't think you can.
Yeah,
Could you
I
work
don't-
with
I
your
don't think
mom?
you can,
Could you
dude.
be your mom's boss?
Oh my god!
Whoa.
No. That'd be a disaster. I actually want that so bad now.
I
Like I
can
just
see
want
that.
recordings of that shit. Like, that'd be
There's
the
no
best.
possible way. My mom would
Oh.
not allow it. My
Like-
mom wouldn't respect those boundaries.
Could you
That
imagine?
social agreement of you're my boss? Like my
Could
mom
you
would
imagine?
not.
Yeah, I
You
need
know-
you to go clean that bathroom right now.
You know- you
It's
know-
just like,
you know what?
looking at you
You know what,
sideways.
though? She could train as a junior editor for the podcast. You'll be in charge of her. She's going to be your direct hire.
Oh my God.
It'd
Yo,
be
yeah,
ridiculous.
they'll be. That's what I'm saying, though. Like, there's no way in hell that statement of y'all can work with anybody. No, I couldn't. No way. I worked with my dad, and I tell you, I wanted to quit.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I worked with my dad in construction, and we bumped heads in a lot of shit. And mind you, my dad is smart. He knows what the fuck he's doing. But I ask him a simple question. Yo, Dad, do you think it'll be better and quicker if we do it this way? Shut up. That's what he'll just scream. I'll be like, yo, this is not how you talk to your employees. Cállate, cabrón. I'll be like, yo, this is not professionalism. ¿Qué professionalism, cabrón? ¿Qué? He'll just scream at me, and I'll be like, yo, Dad, like if I report you, you can lose. You're gonna report me? You're gonna report me? He'll be
Yeah,
so
why
tight.
the fuck would he say that to your dad?
I'm
you piece
trying
of
to
shit?
tell him. I'm trying to
He's
help
paying
this
your mother's
nigga.
bills, dude.
Fuck
You're gonna
out there.
threaten to
I'm trying-
report him?
I'm trying to help this man. I'm like, yo, Dad, you got to be professional. You can't just talk to people crazy like this. Cállate, cállate, cállate. That's all he's screaming at me. I'm like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm gonna go over here and just continue working like how I was supposed to do. I'm just whatever.
You
And then
know-
he'll come back to me later and be like, "Oh, you fucked up, but I'm sorry." I'll be like, "Oh, okay. Thanks for that apology. That makes sense. Like,
I'd
let's
like-
just keep working."
I like Tony being the hero in this story, although he used to send us videos of him just trolling his dad
Just
all
trolling
day.
him.
Yeah, I love that shit. My dad hates anything that's not good music in his idea. Man, I'm not gonna lie. I love working with my dad. These are great memories that it can never be taken away from me. But God, I can't work with the man. I can't. We just bump heads. And if you can only imagine, imagine working with your father. You kidding?
It'd be,
No one could.
I would. I mean, it depends. I just don't think that my dad would be capable of maintaining that boundary of how to speak to people, and it would piss me off. I don't know. But I mean, I'm kind of used to it too. I mean, my dad is like a handyman, so like he does a ton of like renovation and shit like that, and I was always the his assistant. And dude, he used to fucking just fucking rail on me. Like I'd be like, he'd be like, "Yo, go lift that 1,000 fucking pound thing," and I'll try to lift it, and I'd be like, "Yo, pops, I can't do it." He's like, "Halo, fucking halo, coño, like do it." I'm like, I'm trying, I can't lift it. Stop fucking trying, just do it. I'm like,
That's the worst.
shit like
The
that.
stop trying, just do it, and you're like, how do I do that? Like, what's going on here?
So we got a glimpse of this one time. I
Oh,
was driving and I got a flat tire, and
I
I
was
didn't
there.
have a spare, or I think I had a spare. I don't know. I was driving a fucking beater car. It was terrible. My dad pulled up to like help me out with this
We
shit.
called this car the Roach.
The roach.
Yeah, it was called the
facts.
cockroach.
A roach?
Named
It was
by my
so
mother,
small.
by the way.
It was so small.
Yo,
All
we
three
could
of
drop-
us were in the
We
car
could
though.
drop the top though.
I dropped the top a couple times on the car. It was convertible, you know. So I was
Nice.
stunting on the roach sometimes. My dad pulled up to like fucking help me like replace this tire, and the whole time he's just fucking railing on me, like, and I'm just like, all right, man, like you got it, boss. Like, it was fucking horrible.
It was hilarious. I was laughing inside, and Doughboy's looking at me like, "Yo, stop laughing. Just go over here."
Yo,
I'm
facts.
fucking laughing. This shit is hysterical because the man's getting destroyed by his father about something that he had no control over. But this nigga is tight, mind you. This is the first time I seen him fucking upset, and the shit was hilarious to me. I don't know why. Doughboy was nervous, telling me, "Yo, shut the fuck up, stop laughing, come over here." Pucho has this tight face. if I were to say, yo, Pooch, you kind of fucked up, he would have probably snapped on me because his dad was snapping on him. But I didn't. Obviously, I'm not going to do that. But it was funny. I love that experience. This shit was hilarious. I would love to see that shit again.
I mean, in the moment, it's fucking terrible. But like, you know, when you think back, it's hilarious.
Maybe kind of scared me. I'm not gonna front. I was kind of, he's kind of scary looking. I'm just saying, he was tight.
That's
He has
racist.
that-
My dad's black, so though he's
No.
Wow.
Oh God, he can't make a joke.
Look at the face.
Oh man, no, me and my dad have the same face as what some people would call a resting bitch face. In fact, everybody in my family has it. My daughter has it. I have it. My
Jeff
dad had
has it. I thought Jeffrey used to hate me.
Nah, Jeffrey
Nah.
don't. Jeffrey
Jeff
don't
loves
have it.
everybody, man. He just got, you know, crazy eyes, angry face. It ain't a good combo.
He's got Bernie Mac eyes.
And he's
That's
the
what he
nicest
has.
one out of all of pretty much everybody in my family. He's the nicest one.
The nicest one, most forgiving one too.
He's just 6'4", dark skin, crazy face. You know, it's scary, man. Dude, my brother used to scare me when we were children, dude. Yeah, when he falls asleep, his eyes roll back and his eyes are open. That shit is fucking creepy, yo. That shit used to scare me as a
Undertaker?
kid. Yeah,
The
the
Undertaker.
Undertaker. Yeah.
That's, but it's funny though, because you said your dad had a saying, and his saying was, don't talk, just do it," or something, right?
Don't
No, I
fucking
was
try,
making
just
fun
do
of the
it.
Yoda saying and saying that my dad said it first, but it wasn't his saying. He just, I guess it was
that's
saying he said it a lot. Like,
Yeah.
because we always failed at doing something, and we would kind of be like, "Yo, we're trying," and he was like, "I ain't taking that try bullshit. Do it."
Yeah, because
Do
my dad
it.
always used to tell me, I was like, "Yo, Dad, I can't figure this shit out." He'd be like, if it was like, "Oh, Dad, I can't figure out how to turn on this chainsaw," he'd be like, "You got to be smarter than a chainsaw." That was his shit. Like, you're just so stupid. You got to be smarter than the thing that you're trying to work, right? Like, Dad, I can't turn this on.
You know,
Be smarter.
Tony, in your defense though, chainsaws are pretty sharp because they have blades that cut through the tree.
Was that your pun there? I wish I had the fucking grasshopper fucking soundboard. I'm gonna put that shit on. I forgot to do that shit. I would have
It's
fucking
not
hit you
it
with that
wasn't
shit.
a pun. That was just a joke.
Grasshopper. The
A
grasshopper.
pun is
smell.
when the
Cricket-
joke
oh, no, it
involves
was
the name of
crickets.
the thing.
Do
Oh,
grasshoppers
facts.
make
Like, it
sounds?
just, my bad. It just dawned on me like that because the Dawn soap, Dawn, that's a pun.
Right, that would be
I
a
thought
pun.
my fault, Mateo. I wasn't the sharpest ball in the bag.
Yeah, definitely not sharper than the
Whoa.
fucking chainsaw.
The sharpest ball in the bag.
Yeah,
Like a marbles,
I didn't
you
even
know?
hear it until after I responded to it, and it was the sharpest ball in the bag. It's just the most Tony shit ever. So
What was the outside the podcast chat about the fax machine? But it was a printer that you guys were done.
oh my, yo, that shit killed me. Our good friend of the pod, Breezy. I don't know if he invented it, but I'm gonna go with that. He invented a new kind of like emoji to hit people with. It's the fax machine. Whenever someone's speaking nothing but truths, you hit them with the fucking fax machine and say, "Yo, that's facts." Right? Then Tony wanted to fucking like, you
Hit
know,
the fax.
he wanted to like just take that same persona. He wanted to be the guy who delivered the facts to people. Someone was spitting facts. Doughy went and dropped the facts, and nobody really batted an eye. And the other friend of the pod, Zeus, was like, "Yo, Tony, that's a printer." So even at that, Tony fucking failed.
But it looked the same. It was early, right? It looked the same. I just hit it and went. And then, like, I came back to the text and niggas is laughing. I'm like, what? And he's like, yo, that's a printer. I even looked at him like, fuck, it is a printer. And I don't even know what I responded to, but I knew I fucked up. But it was already too late. Pooch already made his comments and laughter, and it just escalated from there.
That was the day that I learned that Wolverine's mask is just two fucking Batmans kissing each other. Yeah.
That shit fucked me.
Yeah, it fucked me. I can't unsee it now.
Yeah,
but-
you'll forget about it. I've learned about this like 10 different times in my life, and eventually you kind of forget it, and then someone brings it up again, and it re-blows your mind.
Mhm.
So it's a reoccurring thing. You'll get used to it.
You'll remember right when the game comes out.
Another topic for y'all boys, man. Do you think people should get taxed more after making a certain amount of money? Like, let's say, for example, if they make more than 200,000 or whatever a year, do you think they should get taxed more than the lower income people or whatever?
I think they already are. I think by the tax
Yeah.
bracket they're taxed more, but like I'm a fan of increasing taxes and going after like what do they call that? The inheritance tax or whatever. That
Yeah.
Inheritance tax?
it gets a lot of people get angry about it because it could potentially lead to some grieving widow having to pay money on her husband's estate and things like that. Like it's possible. How it's most commonly used is generational wealth just passes and passes and passes, and it never actually gets taxed because it no longer is eligible for taxing whenever it passes on to the next person in line.
I think life insurance is taxed though, right?
I think it is, honestly.
Life insurance is taxed?
Yeah, like when you die and it pays out like $1 million bucks.
Nah,
I
that's
think
whack.
your family might get like, like 700 grand or some shit.
It's
Nah,
income,
that's
dude.
whack. No,
Yeah.
that's whack. The man worked his whole life to pay for the life insurance. The man dies, don't tax that man's life insurance.
Look,
He
Tony,
don't got to work his whole life. He could pay life insurance for fucking a week and get paid out. Like,
Tony,
No, that's-
life insurance is just gambling. It's gambling on the only sure thing in the world, which is that you're going to die.
That's
it should-
100%. So is that gambling?
So it should be taxed just like gambling.
That shouldn't be gambling. You know you're gonna die. There's just two things that are promised in this world: tax and death. All right,
And they're combining
And
both in one.
that's
Yep.
trash.
super.
If
I
Trump
think-
doesn't have to pay taxes, why the fuck do I have to pay taxes?
I think super ultra rich, insanely rich people should be taxed way more. Like tax them the fuck up.
Tony doesn't agree.
Apples,
He
all
ran
the
out.
Apples and the Amazons and all the Exxons and the Mobiles, all these niggas, these companies that are destroying the earth, and then I get a text one day and these motherfuckers are telling me to turn my AC off, turn my TV off. Motherfucker, turn off Times Square. How about that? Just turn that shit off for a few hours. That shit don't make no sense to me. It's like, you know what they tried to make us believe? They tried to make us believe that trickle down economics was a thing. Like all these rich people, if we tax them,
As
they're not gonna make more jobs for us. I'm
trickle
like,
down,
that shit was
trickle down economics is just the rich pissing down our back and telling us it's rain.
facts.
Yeah, it's been
Facts.
proven false time and time again. I don't know why
Sure.
anybody, every couple years it pops back up again and people are arguing for it like it's a brand new thing.
Anytime you hear about tax the rich, you'll hear trickle down economics, and I was like, man, fuck out of here, trickle down economics. Fucking.
Yeah.
My
I mean-
groceries get more expensive. Everything gets more expensive. I'm just supposed to hope that this rich person starts wanting to piss on my forehead,
Damn.
Jesus.
like
Christ.
some sort of bad golden shower bear film.
Are there good
That's
golden
terrible.
shower films?
There's some good ones.
Oh my god.
Oh god, it's not that shocking. It's just piss, guys.
No, that he's involved in that shit. Doughboy's involved in golden showers.
I don't think he said
So,
he was
yeah.
involved in it.
I think the more you get paid, the more taxes you should pay.
Yes.
I think that's fair.
At what point does it? At what point do you think that should start? Like 100K?
I don't know. Whatever
200K.
makes sense. I'm not an economist, so like I don't know the numbers.
I
It's
hear
not, the numbers
about
aren't that
people.
important to me, but
It is.
it's not
I
that
hear-
important to me.
I hear
Not
that
to you.
Yeah,
Not to you,
That's
but
all I
it's
said.
a-
It's not that important to me.
But if you're saying like we should tax certain amount of people double or more, there's a number that should be thought of, right?
I
Like
don't- I don't-
150,
I don't think-
200.
Well, I don't think it'd be double. I don't think anyone's saying
Not double,
the
tax a little bit more. Tax a little bit more, right? Like
I think
at
Jeff
two-
Bezos should pay double tax. Fuck
Yeah.
that. That guy's sitting on like almost $1 trillion now. No, he got like 400-something billion dollars.
the Walmart family. The fuck out of here, bitch.
I'm not talking
Walmart,
about a
this
family.
dick.
I'm talking about Jeff fucking Bezos, one dude. I think he got like $500
dude-
million.
that dude
500
is-
billion. I'm sorry. 500 fucking billion. He's halfway to $1 trillion bucks. And I think he's projected to hit it in like the next decade or something. Like
Yeah.
he'll be a trillionaire. It's insane how much like rich people's wealth has skyrocketed. Like
Even during
I
the
remember,
pandemic,
like-
they made money on the pandemic. They made I think the 1% or some percentage of the ultra wealthy. They made something like $500 billion or
You
$1
guys
trillion
ain't
during the
noticed-
pandemic.
You didn't notice that toilet paper went up and never went back down? Like
No.
it costs more to wipe your ass now. More of a reason to get a bidet.
I'm a bidet man, so I don't really pay attention to the price of toilet paper anymore. That's beyond me.
Yo,
I only use toilet paper to dry my ass now.
I wish.
I just use crisp dollar bills.
Damn.
We need to tax you, Mateo. You're
so,
doing that.
So yeah, Tony, I don't think the number is that important when you're having this type of conversation. Like, because like I said, I'm not an economist. I don't know what percentages at what salaries makes the most sense. But there's some. Go ahead.
I'm saying I'm not. Well, none of us are, right? I'm just
Well,
saying.
yeah, but you're
like,
asking me to have the numbers. You are.
Any one of us. Sorry, any one of us. Like, if we're gonna say right now, if I was a president, I'd say I want to tax. Or if you was a president, I want to tax them, and at this certain point, they're gonna pay an increase of taxes. What is a magical number? 200,000 a year.
They say once you
gotta
make
pay
more than 400 grand, you got to start paying some significant taxes.
a year.
Yeah, if you make more than $400,000 a year, I think you should pay some significant taxes.
Okay,
I think that sounds like a good area to start, because I feel like, especially coming from where we come from, I've heard from a lot of my friends that actually when you're in those higher tax brackets, like you get taxed out the ass. But then I heard once you get into like the hundreds of millions of dollars, those people don't really get taxed comparably to what the amount of money that they either make or are like producing, from what I'm hearing. So I would say like lesser on the lower end, more on the higher end. So like 400,000 sounds like a good place to start.
I think the
And
corporate
just to be clear,
I think the
when I was
corporate tax
saying
should be higher.
Right. When I was saying income, I wasn't saying like your W-4, or W-2, whatever the fuck. Right. I'm not saying that shit, because that is part of a discrepancy. Because that's really what Doughy's talking about, is that like, because a lot of these people aren't working anymore, they don't have general income. Like their income is things like capital gains, or or they're making money off investments, right? Or they're shit like that. They're making different types of money, and they're not, those things are not necessarily considered the same type of income. They're taxed differently.
Yep.
Shit. There's when you're like, what is it, like day trading or something like that? Like those things aren't taxed the same way or at all. Yeah. I don't think like to take your there's some shit like that.
Yeah, I think it's not until you're actually cashing out your investment that then tax is calculated, and there's some kind of nonsense for that. Like it takes into account, I think, like what the price was when you bought it and what the price was when you sold it, and some tax magic between then. It's not anything I've ever looked into it. I have zero interest in stocks.
I mean, I think it's where a lot of the money that could be taxed is at, though. Like, there's a lot of money that is in that area that should be taxed, because it's money that people are making. It's a lot of money that the government could be using to do good shit, and it's not being taxed. Meanwhile, you got people working fucking dead end jobs, and they're still getting money out their paychecks and shit. So
paycheck to paycheck. That's why I think 400,000 might be a little high. I'm thinking like more like at once you hit 200,000 a year, you need to get taxed, a little increase in taxes. Because think about it, how many people
heard those people get taxed a lot already? That's from what I hear.
People that make under 100K get taxed crazy, bro.
Yeah, that's what everyone says. Everyone's unhappy about how much they get taxed. Like that's a given.
I'm okay. I don't have any qualms about how much I'm taxed. So. I make good money. I could pay my bills. I save good money. I don't like, if you tax me a couple extra bucks, I'll be all right.
I wish I could choose like to opt out of paying into like the military with my taxes or something. Be like, no, my taxes specifically go to everything else except the military. Don't give a fuck about the military.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. I would say, yo, fuck paying the military. I don't know, because we kind of need the military.
Well. We're not talking to the military specifically, right? Like what Mateo's saying in the abstract is we should be able to pick and choose what taxes we're paying for, right?
I think it's a problematic like take.
Yeah, what if
honestly.
nobody wants to pay
It's
for
a hot
the?
one for sure. No, yeah, it's a hot one
What if
because
nobody wants to pay? That's how you find it out. They're like, damn, nobody wants to contribute to our military.
I would like to contribute more to like healthcare and like teaching, like shit like that, education and shit like that.
infrastructure.
Yeah, if there was a selection, there'll be very few people donating to fucking military. For
Global
sure.
warming.
I have heard that the trick to not the trick, but like the best way to rebuild the middle class in this country would be to raise the corporation tax back to like the 1950s levels that it was at.
Where did you hear this at?
There's a lot of economists that have like said this. I've seen this take on Twitter from like various like people that I follow, economists that I follow, and things like that. That's allegedly what they think would actually rebuild the middle class in this country, since the middle class is actually diminishing. You're either,
It's either you're poor or you're rich, pretty much.
you're poor, you're well off, or you're ultra rich. Like there's just not a lot of in between.
Yeah, it's that's what I'm saying. Anybody that makes under 100K a year, they should get taxed less. My bad.
I mean, like anybody that gets paid like might be like less than 30 or something. They don't even pay taxes. Like taxes come out of your paycheck, but then you get all of your taxes back at the end of the year when you do your income tax. So they're pretty much already not paying taxes.
Yeah, but I mean, 30 grand a year. Like, come on, bro. What the fuck? Like that shit's nothing. Like,
Go
it's
look up how many
terrible.
people make that little, dude. You're
No,
talking
I
about
know.
a big chunk of society.
Maybe the average regular Joe makes like 30 to like 60 or 70 a year. The average person, probably.
That is not the average.
You think that's high?
Yes,
I bet you the average salary is like fucking 29,000.
Let me Google that shit.
I think it's probably around like 45. That would be my guess.
Because I don't know. That shit, maybe 50 is the average.
Not even.
What is your guess, Doe?
I would say 35, 40.
This is good content right here. I like us all just staring intently at our screen.
Yeah. So the median household income, because it's a number that I'm coming across, 68,000 a year, but that's household income.
So
Whoever's
That's
in the
like
house.
2 earners, right? I mean, if you take that number and just say, okay, let's just have it, because let's assume there's 2 people, which of course these assumptions are bad, because you could be in a boat where it's 1 earner and someone they're married to that doesn't work, or
Yeah.
there could be 2 earners there, or it could be a single person and they're a household, right? So then average kind of gets fucked up. But
This one says here for one person in 2019 was $31,133 a year.
Damn.
yeah, I'm finding things. It's all over the board, like numbers. They all range from, I've seen as low as not even the 29,000 I claim, but I've seen as low as 31 to as much as like in the 50s.
Well, I mean,
That's
and
crazy.
it all depends on like your area too, right? Like a person making $31,000 a year in New York, they're on every assistance program that there is in that city, right? Like there's no
Yeah.
way you can make it in that city solo without some help up there. 31,000 in, some little podunk town here in Texas, you probably have your own little like house that you rent or something, and you're doing all right.
Yeah, the tax situation too gets a little fucked in terms of how to effectively tax people. I don't think there's much in the way that states do taxes. I don't think there's much in the way of like taxing individual cities and things like that, like different rates. It's typically just a state tax.
Yeah.
And when you look at a place like New York, like Mateo was talking about, right? You have New York City where you have a tremendous amount of wealth, like gathered there, and yet you still have a lot of poor people there. And then you have the rest of the state, which is massive, and there's a whole bunch of people living outside of the city. And it's like how hard to apply a single number to that, right? Ideally it would be like, city by city, you could, set different taxes and stuff like that. It makes the tax code crazy then.
Yeah.
And then it gets even crazy. Like, how do you tax the guy who lives in New Jersey and travels to New York to make money? Or how do you tax like me, right? If my job's like, say in California but I get to work remote. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do I get taxed? Like, I'm making Cali money in a different state. Like that, it kind of gets all fucked.
You should get taxed. You should get taxed. Sorry, you should get taxed where your line of work pays you from. So if your line of work pays you is based out of California, whether you work remotely or whatever, you should get taxed what that business is at.
Yeah, that's fucked. Because like, what if you live in New York City and you work remote in some bumfuck place, so you're not making New York City money?
Yeah.
Then move to
Get another
place.
job.
Right. That's very appropriate.
No,
Like-
I mean, like you should get taxed where not where you live. Maybe it's flip it, right? Maybe you should get taxed where you live at. Then if that's but that's still
sorry.
too.
This is the internet makes the shit very complicated. The way taxes were set up in this country, the idea was maybe you'll travel a city over to work, but that's like our limit. You know what I'm saying? You could drive a car, ride a horse, some shit like that. Get over one city and work a job. You know what I'm saying? But like the internet just fucks this crazy. Like what do you tax the Twitch streamer? Where is he making his money? Like, he's making his money in the whole world. Everybody in the world is throwing dollars in at him. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how do you tax that guy? Like, it's tough. Like, that person's gonna get taxed in the city that they live, right? But it's like, what if you live in like fucking some low tax place like Kentucky or some shit, and you're making stupid Twitch money? It's like, is that right? Like, I don't know. I don't know. That is a very complicated issue. Like how to solve that. But
damn, yeah, you just that's pretty hot because it's like if I was a streamer on YouTube, Facebook, or whatever, how the fuck do I get taxed? Like how? Because they're gifting you money. Can you tax gift money?
Oh yeah, that's
Yes.
income.
100%.
Yeah, that's income. Absolutely.
Today,
It's not
like
gift money. It's
no, yeah, I'm
they're
giving
paying
you. I'm giving you $5, Pucho. You're gonna get taxed on $5. Me giving you $5? No.
Yes.
Yeah, at the end of the year, all those $5 add up. Whatever that amount is, it's gonna put you in a tax bracket, and you'll get taxed by that bracket. If someone gives you just $5 and that was your total income for the year, most people probably wouldn't even put that on a tax document. But if you did, you would put, I made $5, and the government's gonna go, all right, fuck that, we can't do nothing.
I mean, I don't know a lot of service industry workers that actually report their cash tips that they get.
Yeah, which is going to be a bit of a problem now that they're trying to pass through the U.S. Treasury Department. They're proposing this like keeping track of like all bank accounts that have more than like $500 in them, and then they could use that to tax people. You know, I think it's a really good thing. Yeah, if you have more than $500, they track your bank account. It's like the idea. So like all these rich people, right? That you know they're making these purchases and they're moving their money around bank to bank. The banks now have to keep track of all those transactions in such a way that the government could look at it and be like, "Oh, this guy's sitting on all these millions of dollars," and then tax these people appropriately.
I wonder how that's going to work with offshore banks and things like that.
I saw there was specific provisions in that Treasury document that was about this is gonna make major impacts to offshore banking. Like they'll be able to see all that stuff. Anytime they want to use their money here, there's going to be transactions from that place and something like that they're going to be able to like basically know how much money everybody has, and they're going to try to tax everybody appropriately. It does raise some concerns, right? Like you said, all these people in the service industry, pretty much nobody who makes tip puts that tip money on a tax document. They just pocket all that cash under the table if they're receiving cash, right? Of course there's like the tip places that do the whole like the tip is for the entire like pool, like
staff,
this is a pool of tips for everybody, and they put that in paychecks and stuff like that. They're getting taxed on their tips. But anybody that's getting just straight up like, oh, here's $20 is just cash and you get to put that in your pocket, like none of those people are putting those dollars on a fucking like.
That sucks too, though. You know what I mean? That kind of sucks because it's like, for example, like Doughboy works in the industry where he'll get tipped, right? And so that means now Doughboy has to claim these tips, and then at the end of the year, he's going to get hit with a tax on that. So he's probably going to end up losing money.
Pretty shitty. I hope. I'm just going to shoebox it from now on.
Yeah, we'll see how. Because I like before this stuff really goes in place, these questions are gonna get asked. and I'm interested in what types of answers that are going to be in place.
What is the problem they're actually trying to solve here? Is it like
they're trying to tax the shit out of rich people?
Okay,
That's like they're trying to find people that have a ton of money that are skirting around the tax system and be like, yo, you're sitting on all this cash, you should pay tax.
Are they going to use this as like probable cause to do an audit? Basically, is that the thought process? Like they're like, we were monitoring your bank account and there's some real sketchy stuff in there, so we're going to have to audit you on the taxes this year.
I don't, like I said, it's like something they're proposing, so it's not all writ like how it's gonna work. But the way it read was even scarier than that. It's like all those transactions is data that gets delivered to the IRS. So it seems like they're just gonna be like, no, you did not pay me the right amount. You owe this amount. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just data that they could use to say, like, you fucked up. Like, if you did TurboTax, I wonder if TurboTax would just have all that data and just be like, boom, this is how much you got to pay. This is how much you get paid,
Why does the IRS not just tell me how much I owe them at the end of the damn year?
It's
they have
TurboTax.
They have all my information, and if I file it wrong, they'll audit me and be like, no, that's the wrong amount.
Right. It's because TurboTax paid them to just tell you the amount.
I'm playing a real dickish game is what they're doing.
It's actually really fucked up because a lot of places around the world, they could just go online, click a couple buttons, and be like, bam, this is how much I get paid, or this is how much I got to pay, and boom, their taxes are done. And they do their taxes in minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But in America, because, we're all land of the corporate, they like all these companies, like basically, they told the government that they were going to provide free alternatives so that people with low income could file their taxes for free. So then the government was like, perfect. That way we don't have to create our own fucking tax system that's going to cost taxpayers a bunch of money, right? So they let the companies do it. But in reality, if you go and try to do TurboTax for free, they fucking every step of the way, they try to get you to pay for TurboTax.
Yep.
So then most people end up paying, so TurboTax makes money. And then TurboTax pays the government, like lobbies the government basically to not fucking make this easy for people. Like they don't want the government to just come out with a tax solution because then their business gets put out,
That's nuts.
Yeah. Why do y'all need to play Cyberpunk? We're already living in a world where the corporations control your entire life.
Yeah, I think it's not as bad as the world as like we like to make it seem, but there's some areas where it's like pretty fucked. I think the tax area is pretty fucked when it comes to how the corporations how the corporation's relationship with the government is.
You got to rob the rich, man. Rob the rich.
Wow.
That's beast. That's beast.
Eat the rich.
I just want them to pay their fair share.
Yeah, my fair share is whatever the fuck I can put in my pocket.
Some
also,
people,
just to put it out there for the one right winger who's going to watch this fucking podcast and then talk about their fair share. Fair share would be a flat tax. Blah blah blah. It's like, just shut the fuck up. You're wrong. Like if say your tax was 10%, right? Let's just easy number, and I made $100 a year. You're going to take away $10 from me. And then if that same 10%, if you make $1 million a year, you got to pay $100,000, right? You might say, oh, that's fair enough, right? But if you left me with only $90 at the end of the year, like how much could I live off that 90 in comparison to your 900,000? So it's like the amount of damage you did taking away the 10% from me was far more significant than the amount of damage you made to the guy who makes $1 million. You could take $500,000, you could take $900,000 away from that millionaire, and he could live. Like with that's way beyond the amount that I think should be taken. But I'm just saying, you could take a 90% tax from that person. That person now has $100,000 they could spend on whatever the fuck they want. And you hurt the guy you took $10 from way more still. It's like, it's not flat tax. Is like, it sounds right when someone says it because it's fair. Everybody pays the exact amount, but it's not fair in practice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just put that out there because somebody's gonna watch this shit and be like, "Oh, flat tax." Shut the fuck up.
Well, that's Pucho's hot take on flat taxing.
Mm-hmm.
You should have been one of those tax people. What is that profession called? You hate doing it?
Huh? Yeah, I hate doing taxes. I hate talking about taxes. I hate all this bullshit.
This is your favorite
pisses me
episode
off.
section, then.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
But nah, I think that's it for the day. Pretty much. I think it was pretty good. I like the way. No, not my day. My day is going. It's still gonna go after this. I got a bunch of shit to do, but whatever. But to all the fans, the viewers, the listeners, the ones who love us, the one who just want to look at our faces every day, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell. That way you're notified when we're dropping these videos, new, hot ones, the fires. Pucho hates when I do that shit, but
It just sounds like you're having a stroke.
Hot
Like
vids.
you're not even.
But yeah, man, hit that notification, hit the subscribe button, click on it, love us, add us. We're doing it for the people, doing it for shits and giggles. If you guys like it, do it. Do us all a favor, hit it, share it. We appreciate you guys. Also, don't be afraid to post in the comments "Happy birthday to Doe" with a kid in the middle saying "Happy birthday, Doe, go Doe, go Doe." Don't be afraid. Doe's gonna love it.
And don't be afraid of shit talkers in the comments either. I welcome it.
Yeah.
Oh, we welcome that shit. Bring it. Talk about how tall Mateo is, or how bald Pucho is, or how sensitive Doe is. Talk about
I'm
them
pretty
three.
fucking bald.
Talk about them three. They deserve it. Appreciate y'all. And go one up yourself.